Hey, good morning. Don't ask me why I'm doing this. Why not? I'm in the kitchen and I'm alone. Yes. And I'm going to make some pancakes. I love pancakes, but 3 days ago, well, maybe 4 days ago, but this is only my third day on it, I joined Weight Watchers. Dun, da, da, da. I just felt like I needed a push in the right direction. After having eaten a bunch of crap food Sunday night, I was so sick Monday morning and so sick of it all that I was just like, I'm gonna look into Weight Watchers. How much are they? And there was a special, $10 a month for 10 months. And I said, ka-ching, I'll take it. And I'm glad I did, because I finally feel like I'm accountable to something, somewhere, in the internet ionosphere. So yeah, what have I been doing? I've been eating a lot of bananas and eggs. They're free. Well, actually, so is chicken and fish and all that, but chicken and fish just aren't as fun as fruit and eggs. So anyway, this morning, I think I shall add 2 eggs to a banana and some pancake mix and see what it comes out like. Hang on. I'm going to use the blender. It has no lid because that's my kids for you. I gave him this nice blender, and the little top thingy here ended up in the garbage disposal. Yeah, it didn't fare well. So let's get some eggs into this thing. One. Ah. 2. I didn't get a shell in there. See? Can you see that? Let me pull it back more. Oh, there's my lovely eggs. Next, I'm going to take this lovely banana. Thank God Maggie left me one. Bananas around here have been going really, really quickly because I'm starving. No, I'm not really. Actually, I ate less yesterday than my points amount because I just wasn't really that hungry, which is amazing for me. Okay, I'll be right back. I gotta get pancake mix. It looks like I'm gonna need some pancake mix too. Alright, 1/2 cup of mix. You can't see this very well, I know. Maybe that was a little over 1/2 cup, and now there's this much left in the... I hate when that happens. Usually when I do my fatty thing, I like to put the remaining amount of... Yeah, I think I'll add some milk. Wait a minute. First, maybe I better blend it. Do you think I ought to blend it first? Yes, let's do that. Well, fancy that. It needs no milk. It's lovely, except there's pancake mix on the side. I guess I'll scrape that down. Meanwhile, I'm going to make banana egg type pancakes. I have no vanilla, which really doesn't matter because I can't taste vanilla. Sometimes I feel like I'm tasting something, but I'm not really. But I call it tasting it anyway because I don't know. I'm crazy, I guess. Now, one thing I'm not I don't overdo everything, okay? So, you're supposed to get that spray oil, which makes absolutely no sense to me. That how could it have 0 calories? They just say that you're supposed to spray it 2 seconds. It's like, no, that doesn't happen. So what do? I take a little bit of butter and I go over the bottom of the pan. I mean, I don't know what I'm talking about. So as I was falling asleep last night, and I never fell asleep, I drank coffee too late in the afternoon. Speaking of which, did I just heat some up? Let me double check that. You know you have a coffee addiction when your diet requires you to have your coffee with no cream and sugar. I need a hair trim. I wouldn't call it a cut because it's really nothing there, but I'll be right back. What was I saying? Coffee. It's in the microwave. I'm gonna have coffee again. Black, but still. The last time I heated up coffee, it boiled over in the microwave and there was coffee everywhere. Ow! It's good microwave. Okay, so I've buttered my pan, as you can see here. I'm going to pour my weird batter into it. And that's pretty much long and short of it. What am I going to put on it? I got some of that Cool Whip Light, but it's actually the generic brand. And I could put that on it and some strawberries. Ooh, yummy. Yeah, I like that idea. So I was watching Tony Robbins, right? Started listening to it this morning after Gilmore Girls. I've been up since 6. Well, before that, really. But, oh, don't they look beautiful? And I bet they smell, too. So the kids took Finn and they went to Renninger's today. You know, I was going to go, too. But then, trimming my strawberry tops. Ew, that was a nasty spot. You see, that's the problem. When you can't taste things, you don't know if you're eating something bad. It's a real problem. And on the road, I'll have nobody to smell my produce. Whatever. I wish I had my husband back. He would smell my produce. So anyway, you know, have you noticed that produce in the last 10 years really sucks? Yeah. What is it with that? What happened to the fields? Out here in the field. It is like 7 in the morning, so cut me some slack, okay? So the kids went to Renninger's. I was going to go too because I have something I probably shouldn't have, and I was going to try to sell it. But then I read that I could go to jail for a year. So I'm like, maybe I won't go. It's going to be dusty and the elm trees and the pollen, and so far so good with me and pollen, but like I've been eating a ton of fruit and like grapes and berries and bananas and salad. A lot of wet things. So I haven't had pancakes. A little darker than I'd subscribe to, but that's life, right? Yeah. Right, so I was going to go to Renninger's, and I don't know. I didn't sleep all night, and I thought to myself, how nice would it be to just be me here alone, and I thought about the dirt. Oh, the dust in Florida is like nothing anywhere else, okay? In Virginia, they got like red clayish nasty mud that sticks to everything. Well, Florida has this powdery, sandy dust stuff that just, you can't get it off. Not even with a hose. You'll always find more of it somewhere. Maybe that's just beaches. Maybe I don't get to the beach enough. I don't know. I need a plate. I'm burning my pancakes. I hate overcooked pancakes. Look. I'll eat them, but I won't like it. So I got this stuff here. It's backwards. I know. Not very good at this, am I? Well, I never said I was. You know, it's not like I started this as an art form. So it's frozen. And I guess what I'm going to do is just blop frozen teaspoonfuls onto my hot pancakes, which will then melt the crap out of this, and I can't taste it anyway, so what's the point? And that's the thing that Tony Robbins was talking about. What is the point? What is the point of your life? How is what you're doing making you a better person? How is what you're doing affecting the world in general? So I guess, I kind of thought, that's a reasonable question. I'd like to answer that question. But I don't have an answer to it yet. Because, see, my husband died, and that changed the whole trajectory of who I was and what direction I was going in. All of a sudden, I'm supposed to figure out who I am and what I want. I'm no longer a wife. I'm a mom, and, well, I'm needed in respects. I'm not needed. It's not like they couldn't live without me, which is good, but I think, they'd live a lot less organized without me, but that's okay too, because I just need to find out more about me. I need to know, when I was a kid, everything I wanted to do was, no, you don't want to do that. Then I got married and everything was, with Dennis, no, you don't want to do that. And I lost who I was and what I wanted to do, and I'm not blaming anybody. It's really my own fault, because I should have been. I'm trying to grease the pan with this. Wait a minute. I got a pancake problem. Oh, no. Oh, my God. That one's really black. I'm eating it anyway. I can't taste it. What does it matter? When it's too crunchy on top, no! Pancakes are supposed to be soft. Okay, so, yes, Cool Whip, and I'm not doing anything with it. I gotta hang up. I'll be right back. 2 tablespoons of Cool Whip isn't very much. I just wanted to mention that. I do believe this is going to turn into a 10-point breakfast, because I think I want some syrup too. I shouldn't. Let me try them without the syrup, and I'll tell you how they are. So I really burnt one of my pancakes, right? Let me take a little tiny bit of this stupid Cool Whip that's like just a little tiny bit of it. I think it's a good thing I can't taste them. They look nice though, don't they? Dry as a bone. This is going to be a really long 10 months. Actually, I won't be able to go back to my old ways. We all know that. What would happen? Well, we all know what would happen. I'm not going to succeed just so that I can go back to where I was at. So finding myself. Yeah. I'll be right back after flip a cake. I moved to the living room, which has really horrible lighting, but here I am anyway. It's all shadowy, and I don't know. There's got to be a better way. I don't think so, though. Anyway, yeah, back to subject and such. Is that the garbage, guys? I guess so. Wait a minute. Diets are great because, like, after a few bites, you're like, I don't want to eat anymore. So they work. So I'm going to be 65. Big milestone coming up. End of June. I already got my Medicare card, and I already sent in my extra help paperwork, and we'll see what they decide. And then they're going to send my paperwork on to Access, which is welfare. And Access is going to look, send more paperwork, and I'm going to tell them what I own. And then they're going to decide whether I can have QMB or not. Yeah. It's gone along very easily because I was already on Social Security, so you just kind of like automatically fall into everything. It's like they know everything about you. It's very odd, but nonetheless, back to, what is it? What's my big dream? Am I allowed to have any big dreams? I'm going to be 65, so it's like, you're poor. You're not allowed to have any dreams when you're poor. I can only say to that, up there's, I am going to have dreams, and I need purpose. I need a reason why. What am I doing and why am I doing it? I think the big answer to that is I want to know how much living, real living, okay? I don't mean sitting here on the couch watching Gilmore Girls. In your case, it might be Dancing with the Stars or the Bachelorette, single people dating, virtual TV. I would like to go live it. And I'm still waiting for my van, but good news. I was able to reach Curtis, and he's been sick. And before that, he's been through hell. I don't know what the outcome is because I'm not allowed to mention it. It was, divulged to me what was going on in his life. And I just want to have mercy. I want to be merciful to others. And I'm not going to flip out because I'm looking at it this way. Perhaps this was the wrong time to be on the road. It's been very cold in Texas. Sometimes it's hot too. I don't know. It's weird weather we're having. Well, not here. Florida is like always muggy and, well, not always. Once in a while, this coolness comes through, and the other day, and the breeze was blowing and it was cool, and I was like, I said to Finn, this is what fall feels like up north. And it did. It felt just like that. I love the fall so much up north. I miss it so much. I feel that pull to go home. March is almost here, and usually Dennis and I would start packing things up in March and getting ready to leave around April. Sometimes we leave the 1st, sometimes we leave the end of March, depending on what the weather was like up north. We didn't always have a place to go up there. Sometimes we went to campgrounds when we were younger. Sometimes we'd find a place we could rent. We had a camper for a while. I don't know. I want to figure out what I want. I'm not really going to know that unless I go and experience some things, right? It's not like there's like a million senior apartments just ready and waiting for you. As I found out, there's one in my area, and she had 1 turnover in January and 4 turnovers all of last year, and I'm in the 40th area of the waiting list. So, yeah, I could probably go to Timbuktu and get an apartment, but I'm not ready for that. I'm not even ready for an apartment. I thought back on the trailer and, my life there, and I was so glad I had that year to myself. God, I needed that. I feel like I need another year to myself, to be perfectly honest. Oh, why is that flashing? Hopefully I've still got minutes. I just need to figure it out. I love to drive. God, I love to drive. Of course, my carpals don't like it, and neither does my neck and back, but my mind loves it. And I just need to move, to see things. I don't need a lot of money to do that. I need gas money, and that's going to be expensive in a van. That van doesn't seem to do very good on gas, especially in town. It does 9 miles to the gallon. Ow. But anyway, I want to figure out, what am I supposed to be doing now? Why am I here? How can I make my life better and other women's lives better? My age group. Men too, I mean, we're all in this together, aren't we? Struggling, trying to survive. Unless you're rich, in which case, kudos to you, but just because you're rich and you can have, does it mean that because I'm not rich, I can't have, even in the sparest sense of the word, a little bit of life and living, a little bit of fun? Do I not deserve it because we didn't make as much as other people, or maybe we just didn't think that was as important, gleaning goods over a lifetime? What happens to it all? I'm selling it all off. What was the purpose? If I leave it, my poor kids are going to have to sell it all off, so I better get rid of it, right? I don't want to leave that on them. That'd be horrible. So that's it. I just want the same opportunities as someone with money. I don't need to stay in fancy RV parks. I don't need hotels. Once in a while, if I find a hotel in the $50 range and it doesn't look like it's infested, I might go and take a night off. Sure. I might go into a campground once a week so I can do laundry, shower, etc. Though I have this excellent idea for laundry, right? So I've been looking on Amazon, and they have these industrial size salad spinners. How excellent is this? So you take your salad spinner, right? And you leave your little spinny thing in it. You put your clothes in there, and plenty of hot water, and maybe a little bit of baking soda, or maybe just vinegar, or maybe both. No, you don't want it to fizz up. That wouldn't be good. I'm going to find something. Now, I know vinegar will take out sweat and everything, but what I'm looking for is to be able to just have water and that substance, let it swish around a while it's in the vehicle and I'm driving. And then I would just pour it out. I'd spinner it out, and I'd either dry it at a laundromat, or I'd put it on a little rack that I'll have in my van, but I won't do it in my van. I'll try to find a place where people might not mind if I just put my clothes out to dry in the sun for a day. I'll find a place. I'll just sit next to my van and with a chair and let my clothes dry and get a little sun. And isn't that an excellent idea? A washer and dryer all in one container. Now, I know they make those little thingies. I don't want anything that operates on batteries or anything. The more I can have that's more primitive, manual, the easier it's going to be on the road, is how I feel about it. So I'm thinking that's a good way to keep my personables washed and dried without spending a lot of money, because money's an issue, and I need to whittle everything down to bare necessities at the least amount of cost. That's what I want to do. And Michael said to me, he said, Mom, what is this all about? What do you mean you're leaving? And I said, well, Maggie expressed that desire to have her own place. And she's like, I don't mean today, Mom. And I'm like, I know, I get it. But, and Mike said, well, I was hoping to find a place with an in-law apartment or a yard where if you want to put a camper, you could do that, or put up a little, cottage. I said, that's a couple years down the road, Mike. And meanwhile, I don't know what I want. I need to find out. It gave me an opportunity to say, yeah, you guys do need some alone time, and so do I. So, well, that's where I'm at, and I'm going to finish these very dry pancakes and pretend I'm enjoying them. But just think of it, if I can lose the 60 pounds that I am so desperate to lose in the 10 months, and if not, I'm just going to continue without Weight Watchers. Once I've gotten into the habit, I want to keep it. Why did I pick Weight Watchers? It was cheap. I thought about, all of those pre-food, and I remember what they taste like because I've had a few of them. Like, I've sampled, like, pieces of people's Jenny Craig food, and it's about like this, only more synthetic. So, Weight Watchers was only 10 a month. It was a special, and I took the 10 months instead of the 3 months because I'm like, no, I'm sticking to it. I've got to improve my health. I have to. All the rest of this is meaningless without my health, The ability to walk and walk a distance. The ability to lift. Yeah, I got to get the kids to take me to the gym and sign me up. Either that or when I get my van back, I have my freedom that way. Without a vehicle, you don't have a lot of freedom, especially if, like, around here, it takes 2.5 hours to get a couple of miles on the bus because they're always stopping. They take certain routes. Sometimes you have to go all over the frickin' county before you can get across the street. It's not freedom. I never did go on that bus trip. I wanted to go across Florida and have a look, but I might do that in a van, I'd still like to see some of the parts of Florida I've never seen. Dennis, hey, we don't want to go there. It's like, I do. I want to go there. I'd like to see the Everglades, even if it's just in passing. I mean, I just would like to see something other than what I've seen. And, yeah. Sometimes it's a disappointment, and sometimes it's a lot of fun, so I guess that's all I'm going to mutter about today. I'm going to go back and finish that Tony Robbins and maybe take notes because I need to figure it out now. I know why I was here. I know what I was trying to accomplish it, and I did. I was a wife. I was a mother. I was a business owner. I lived well, and now I'm living with a lot less. My kids are doing great. I can stop worrying, getting my money back. That's all good things. And they pay for all the food, so can't go wrong there. Well, they got the extra money now, and I can't tell you how happy that makes me feel. He found it, and they found it, and they all had a hand in it. Denny Jr. started when his friend said, hey, I make a lot of money selling on eBay. Didn't you guys used to do jewelry? Yeah. Mike was very active in it, and he just remembers so much, and he's learning all the time learning. And he loves it. To love a job that you can make really good money on Boy, that's the trick. So they've gone to Renninger's to buy, and because they go through a lot of jewelry, and they want to see fresh all the time. They want to see fresh. He has a good following, and yeah. So now I have to figure out Nikki. I just have to figure out me. I guess that's the long and short of it. This might have been a boring epilogue. Do you call it epilogue? Effigy? I don't know. I'd have to look it up. Anyway, I'm done talking. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Hey to all you out there, I love you, and I pray for you, and I feel for you, and I know everybody's got something going on in their lives, and chin up, face the sun, and let the warmth of all the love of all the ages come to you. I mean, if we don't have compassion and care for each other in this world, it sure is a crappy world without it. I'm learning that. It's okay to let other people into your little small world. Let them know what's happening in your life, because it gives others hope. Hope. I need it. I know a lot of you need it. So, that's it, and I'm going now, and I'm going to finish my lovely pancakes that I overcooked. Next time I got to keep the heat down low. Okay. I was in a hurry. Bye.